Hey everybody, come on in real quick, real quick. Come on in. Gonna invite a couple people in to join us. So we get a chance to talk about money. Get a chance to talk about credit just for a few minutes. Now y'all know I don't like to be long. I know it's late. So come on, jump in for just a quick second. I hope you all are doing well. It was hot today in Atlanta, so y'all pray for me. Brother, it's hot. I'll give people just a few seconds to jump on. Hey, do me a favor and share this with other people. What's up? What's up, Domenico? Good to see you, brother. So you go ahead and share. Y'all know I won't be on here very long. People have been going crazy about money. They've been going crazy about credit. I know the stimulus is supposed to be coming, all of this other stuff. Yeah, I got a couple quick tips I want to share with you. And yes, this will be up so you can use the replay. You can share it with other people. And I guess I'm going to try not to talk about this man and his opinion on money because that's another conversation. I'm coming for him later, but I think I'm not going to do it today. Hey, Iris, good to see you, girlie. Y'all know I wait 2 minutes, then I get started. And I only got about 7 or 8 minutes of content, maybe. So hopefully y'all jump in. If you've got questions as I go for them, put them in the box. Once I go through the content or as I see them pop up, I will answer questions. Just give you my spin and my expertise about what's going on in my world and how I've been dealing with Corona. Because Corona mess up your money. So, all right, let's go, y'all. I know that one of the biggest topics on people's mind right now is, of course, the coronavirus and everything that it's doing to our daily lives. Many people are in an uproar. Many people are confused. And sometimes people really just don't have an idea of what to do because we've never been here before. So I wanted to deal with two topics. One is money, the actual cash flow that you've got to deal with right now. And the second thing I want to do is deal with the credit. All right, so let's talk about money first because I know money is in crisis. Thank the Lord. I am in a position where I am still working, even though I'm working from home, even though I'm working from my home office, all of that good stuff, but I am still working. I am still being paid according to the contract I signed. So for me, that makes money a little easier. The biggest thing I want to encourage everybody to do, no matter what's going on, is to number one, calm down. I know some people are panicking because the truth is they've been caught with their underwear around their ankles. They've been caught in a vulnerable position. They've been caught and they're realizing that I haven't been doing the best I should have or could have with my money. And when all of that is in your head, I still want you to number one, calm down. Because it is in the moment of rush and anxiety that we'll do dumb stuff, that we'll do stuff without thinking it through. So number one, calm down. Number two, thank you, Leonard. I see you, brother. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it, man. Number two, after you calm down, go back to your plan. Listen, I so hate that sometimes we as people of color especially, we don't have a plan for our money, but yet when the money doesn't do everything that was in our mind, we're mad. But what's in your mind doesn't come to pass unless what's in your mind goes to paper. I was teaching at church a couple weeks ago, and the scripture was very clear. Write the vision and make it plain. So take the vision, take all of the things that you want to happen financially out of your head and put them on pen and paper. So calm down, number one. Number two, go back to your plan. And if you find out that you have not established a real plan, there was a story of a guy who was trying to put big rocks, little rocks, big rocks, pebbles, and sand in a jar. And what he found out was when he went to do all the sand first, there was no room for the bigger stuff. And so the whole purpose of having a plan is to make sure that the big stuff financially gets taken care of. And I'll come back to that in just 1 second. So go back to your plan. Hopefully your plan says take care of shelter, food, utilities, or shelter, utilities, food. shelter, utilities, food, transportation, whatever you need. And that takes me to number 3. Adjust your plan as needed. Hey, Henry, good to see you, little brother. Adjust your plan as needed. So because I am working from home, I don't have to drive. I filled up my tank today for $8. $8. Gas was $1.49. $1.49 for regular. Okay. I haven't gone anywhere in 2 weeks. I finally did 300 miles in 2 weeks, maybe. Actually, that might have been from the last time I filled up. So it's been a while. So an adjustment that I can make with my budget is the $100 I would normally spend on gas. I don't need it. So that money can go back into the pot and do something else. You know, I've spent a lot more money on food because I'm home. And because I'm home, I don't need to eat the Suzy Q, the Oreos, the Twinkies, all of the stuff that if it was really, really good. So I've adjusted my plan financially so that I can make sure that I'm still giving myself a cookie. I bought Biscoffs. I bought ice cream once. I bought an angel cake today. It is what it is. So I'm still doing the stuff, but I'm just adjusting how I do it. Anybody have questions about this money side? So my suggestion is first to calm down. The world is not ending. The banks haven't shut down. Your cash hasn't disappeared. People haven't stopped taking cash. People haven't stopped accepting cards. All of that stuff. So calm down. And 2, go back to your plan. And if you don't have a plan, create one. Number 3, adjust as needed. Now, when I want to talk about credit, 'cause I told you I won't be very long. I'm usually 8 minutes of content. When I talk about credit, the first thing I need you to consider about consumer credit is that there are lender tiers. And so if the lender for your car is a lower tier company, that company may not have the same resources, or they may not have the same grace to give you as a customer. It doesn't mean that they don't appreciate your business. It doesn't mean that they don't value you. It just simply means that they may not have the resources themselves to offer you 6 months deferred. So please write this down if you're taking notes. You have A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier lenders. And one of the things about your FICO score is it is a huge determining factor of which lender tier will finance whatever you need. So if you have an A tier lender, like an Amex, I promise you they're going to do some different things, some different benefits to make sure that you are okay as a customer. You know, they may say, hey, don't stress yourself and pay the whole bill, pay a part of it. They may do that because that's American Express. Your B tier lender could be somebody like Capital One. Capital One has a huge group of customers. And so again, they've got some different resources that you may get from a C-tier credit card lender. Might be a local credit union, might be a smaller credit union. Again, they just don't have the resources to give people the grace that other people are giving. And then D, you might get that you might have that lowest of the lowest lenders where there's no grace no matter what. It is what it is. All right. So now, first tip when it comes to your credit, consider your status with that lender. If you are one of those customers that has never been late, you're in a great position to ask questions. If you're one of those customers that treat the agents right when you call in, there are no notes. I work call center, that's why I can tell you this. There are no notes that says, don't be nice to her, she's evil, she'll cuss you out. All of that stuff will come back up. And they may have some help they can give you, but because you showed your natural behind more than twice over the littlest thing and it was your fault, they may not be willing to help you. Also consider your status. Are you a profitable customer or not? You know, if they've made $2 off of you in 5 years, there may not be much grace to give you. It's a business decision. All right. So consider your status as a customer. But number 2, and this is what I want everybody to do, because when I talk about credit, I've taught you all before that credit is not just go buy a car. Credit affects your car insurance, your health insurance, your rent. So for all parts of credit, go ask for help. Please don't think that it is immoral to ask for help. Please don't think it is immoral for somebody to give you 6 months of no payments, and your payment just goes up 10% for the following 6 months, or whatever the arrangements are. Now, I am not saying go into debt. I'm not saying put yourself in a bind. I'm not saying lose the $3,000 you have left. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is consider your status as a customer, but then ask for help, because you may get told, like Progressive told me for car insurance. I told you about lender tiers. All right, Progressive is a higher tier insurance provider. They said, hey, don't worry about your payment this month, pay it next month, just pay it all at the same time. Okay. Because my income hasn't gone down, so I'm okay. I've got some other things working business-wise, I'm okay. When it comes to your rent, hey, maybe your rent company or your mortgage company will say, you can pay it late, we won't charge you a late fee. Okay. Find out what's going on. There are no side eyes. There's nothing bad about simply asking the questions. When you ask, you may find that they'll lower your interest rate. When you ask, you may find they may change your payment cycle and change the payment date. There are so many things that we can ask, and all I'm saying is just ask. Here's a question. She said, I have 11 months left. I think I'm just going to stay on schedule. Now, let me tell you something you can do, Iris. Depending upon what type of, that sounds like it's an installment loan. I would ask for a deferred payment. I would. But then in your plan, remember I said adjust as needed. So let's, hypothetically speaking, I don't know your details, just go with me because we're in public. Let's say that payment is $500 a month and you got 11 payments left. That's $5,500. But then if they give you a 2-month deferment, then just squoze it in over the other payments. And I would still put a little money aside, and still have something set aside so when the payment comes back, you can pay it earlier and not extend that time. Hope that makes sense, Iris. But that's what I would do. I take the payment. Yeah, with the car note. Yes. Okay. So with that car note, if they offer you 3 months, take it. They're going to put it on the end. It's okay. Take your payment that you normally would pay and add maybe the $100 to the other payments and pay it twice a month. You'll still pay it off in just about the same time, but it will give you the room just in case we go. You're in Chicago, so I know we might go another 60 days. I saw online today where it's possible we could go another 60 days. So take what they give you. You don't need it, but just put it to the side just in case. Even though we're all still in quarantine, restriction, limited, whatever the case is, the refrigerator still may go out. I'm not speaking that on anybody. Oh my God, I may need tires. Oh my God, I may need to replace my computer. I mean, life is going to happen, and we want to make adjustments as needed so that we can still be ready when stuff happens. Because again, we don't want to be caught with our pants on our ankles. Anybody else have questions? I told you I like to be real short, real sweet, straight to the point. I am going to do some deeper webinars in the coming weeks because I don't go back to work until April the 27th. So we're going to put Better Life Institute back to work for what it really is. And Iris, that's one of the reasons I don't like Dave Ramsey, because he speaks from that scarcity mindset. I don't. I'm trying to keep my stuff and pay it off. Another conversation. So anybody else with questions? I'll put these on the side. For money, I put the points on the side. Number 1, calm down. And while I'm typing this, if anybody else has questions, put it on the side, and I'll go back to it. I'll come to them. Go back to your plan. Iris, you're welcome, sweetie. I love you. Okay, anybody else with a question, comment, situation they're okay talking about? I can answer a question. I can give you some insight. I don't know every answer, but I do know a couple of things based upon my experience that may be of assistance to you. I said keep teaching. Yes, I promise I'll keep teaching, brother. Anybody else with questions, comments? I see my brother Lewis just jumped on. Good stuff. Car note. Oh, and since I'm here, hey, give me 15 seconds. For those of y'all who have credit cards but limited cash, I know for a fact that so many people lost their job. So many people are on furlough. I know people who make six figures that have been furloughed. I know people who've been at that company for 20 years that have been furloughed. Do me a favor. Unlike Dave Ramsey, who teaches don't have credit card at all, I'm not saying being in bondage to credit cards. What I'm saying is have them, be disciplined so you don't use them. Why? Because right now is the time to use them. Please save your cash. Swipe that daggone credit card. Swipe that Capital One. Swipe that Discover. Why? Because if you've only got $5,000 left and it's going to be 35 to 50 days before the stimulus check hits your household, whatever the amount is, I don't want you to lose your cash and then something happens and now you're stuck with credit. Because if you have to put $2,000 of living expenses because you've done the other things I mentioned earlier, then put $200 on the credit card. That's going to cause you to have a what? A $30 minimum payment? Shut up. Pay the damn $30 over 6 months. What does it hurt? Because you want to conserve your cash. Because if you pull the cash off the credit card, it's going to cost you a heck of a lot more money to use and to pay back. So please do me a favor. Use them damn credit cards. Please stop listening to Dave Ramsey and all these other scarcity-minded people who don't believe that people can be disciplined with credit. Now, if you are already maxed out, then you do the best you can. Call them, see if they'll lower your interest rate, see if they'll do some other stuff. It is what it is. Just be careful with that because they may kill your credit limits. Another conversation. Lewis made a question. Are certificates of deposit still a good thing? Certificates of deposit, in my book, I'm not the financial expert on financial instruments. I stopped that part of the process back in the year 2000. So please don't quote me for not being the most up to date. Certificates of deposits are okay in the sense that I believe they're insured, and I also believe they give you a set interest rate. However, if I had $1,000 in free cash, aka the stimulus money coming, then I'm gonna either get rid of debt and or find something that will get me more money. So I don't want people holding $1,000 for 6 months in a bank account, and at the end of 6 months, it's $1,012. You made $2 a month in interest. Stop it. You could have bought 50 of these for $7 and then turned around and sold all 50 of these that you bought for $7 for $15. And you just turned whatever that $350 was into $700. That's way better than the certificate of deposit. I'm just saying. I would rather somebody go take $500 instead of putting it in a CD and go buy some supplies that you can resell for 20% profit. I'm not saying gouge people. That's not what I'm saying. But again, Lewis, there are other ways to make money. There are other ways to get a return that's better than the certificate of deposit. Now, if that certificate of deposit was doing 7 or 8%, I still wouldn't say do it all. I put a little piece there and then do some other stuff because the name of the game is cash, 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 cash. Increase your cash flow. Increase your cash flow. I'll give you an example. My little $1,200 stimulus check. Okay, fine. When I get it, I've got some technology stuff to buy so I can do better videos. I got this computer to pay off that I upgraded myself. Another conversation. So I spent $65 on extra memory, and it's giving me probably a $650 return because my computer moves so fast. And that makes it easier to do videos and some other stuff. So I'm just saying, I wouldn't do the certificate of deposit. If it's already there, leave it. But I wouldn't do it again. All right, anybody else with questions? I hope that helped, Lewis. Again, and I'm not the financial advisor. I'm not the financial guru on the bank products. I'm always thinking about making more money. Sorry. Anybody else? Iris said this is good. Lewis said this is wisdom. Cool. Hey, do me a favor, y'all. I'm gonna jump off real quick. Go to the Better Life Institute Facebook page, and also my business page, Dr. Ladre Weathersby, the Better Life Coach. I'm going to set up a post where I'm going to do a couple other Zooms. They'll still be free. I won't do them Facebook Live, but they'll be free. I've got some further detail to teach you, show you, share with you, because I'm tired of people being blind and completely messed up. Oh, by the way, one of my wealth mentors told me he's got $115,000 in credit cards with a perfect 850 credit score. And every month they pay him. So listen, you want to be on these other stuff that I got coming up in the next couple of weeks. It will bless you real good. Thank y'all for jumping on. Continue to share it. Continue to tag people. And remember, when life is pretty good, the better life is always best. Blessings to you, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Stay safe and stay in the house.